Last class we talked about translations, sliding geometric figures. Today we're going to talk about rotations. That's whenever you turn a geometric figure. So they may give you directions to turn the shape clockwise. That means that you're going to go in the direction of a clock. So we go right. They may say counterclockwise, that's the opposite direction of a clock. So that would be going left. So they'll give you the rotations in certain degrees. 90 degrees means that we're going to move one quadrant. 180 means two quadrants. Make a note here on the side, diagonal. 270 would be three quadrants. And 360 would be four, or back to the original spot. Okay, so for every 90-degree rotation, we flip the order of the numbers in the ordered pair, and then we adjust the signs of the numbers to match the quadrants. So 90 and 270, for both of those we flip. So x and y would be flipped to yx. For 180 and 360, xy stays the same. Let's try this shape over here, this quadrilateral ABCD. So point A is -1, -1. B is -2, -3. C is -1, -5. And D is -3, -3. So we'll rotate this figure clockwise. Let's go back up here to this coordinate grid. So 90 degrees would be one quadrant, 180 is 2, 270 is 3, and 360 is 4. So if we're rotating this figure 90 degrees clockwise, that means that we're going to go from quadrant 3 to quadrant 2. So for 90 degrees we do flip the numbers. So I'm going to start by doing that. So see how I flipped this 2, 3 to 3, 2. 1, 5 will flip to 5, 1. And 3, 3 will stay 3, 3. Alright, so because I'm going to be in quadrant 2, I'll have negative x values, positive y's. Okay, so that's what we mean by adjusting the sign. Okay, so we have -1, 1, -3, 2, -5, 1, and -3, -3. Okay, so now we'll go back and label the points. Remember to use your primes, A prime, B prime, C prime, and D prime. So we took that figure and we rotated that 90 degrees. Let's do it 180. So the order pair for a 180 stays the same. We have to adjust the sign. It's because I'll be in quadrant 1, because going 90 more degrees would put me here. And again, I did say 180 degrees is diagonal. I'm going to have positive x values and positive y's. So I'm flipping my numbers back to how they were originally. Okay, so we have a point at 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 5, and 3, 3. Okay, so A prime prime is 1, 1. B prime prime is 2, 3. Okay, 270 degrees. So for 270, that's going to put us down here in quadrant 4. So we're positive, negative. So 270 is like 90. We have to flip the ordered pair. So 1, negative 1. So we're going to flip the original, this 2, 3, the same way we did with the 90s. We'll have 3, 2, except this time we'll have a negative y value, 5, negative 1, and 3, negative 3. So 1, negative 1, 3, negative 2, 5, negative 1, and 3, negative 3. And be sure that you label your points. So I'm putting 3 primes this time. Okay, finally it says 360. That's just the original ordered pair again. So negative 1, negative 1. Sorry, I'm running out of room here. Negative 2, negative 3. Negative 1, negative 5. And negative 3, negative 3. Okay, so again, 90 degrees is one quadrant, 180 degrees is 2, 270 degrees is 3, and 360 is the original. Then we have clockwise and counter clockwise. Let's look at the example over here. We have this triangle, and they want us to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. So that's going to put us in quadrant 1. So positive, positive. All right, so A is negative 5, 5. B is negative 7, 1. And C is negative 3, 1. So for 90 degrees, we have to flip the order. So 5, 5, 1, 7, 1, 3. And because it is quadrant 1, they will be positive. So 5, 5, 1, 7, and 1, 3. So A prime, B prime, and C prime. Okay, so now we're doing 180 counterclockwise. The thing is, with 180, it doesn't really matter if you go counterclockwise or clockwise. It puts you in the same quadrant. See? So if we were here in quadrant 2, 90 degrees, 180, that was going clockwise, we end up in quadrant 4. If we go counterclockwise, 90 degrees, 180, same thing, as long as you're diagonal. So I'm just rewriting my original ordered pairs. So for 180 and 360, we leave the order alone, just adjust the sign. And we know quadrant 4 is positive, negative. Alright, so 5, negative 5, 7, negative 1, and 3, negative 1. So just to summarize rotations, so 90 degrees, X, Y switches to YX. For 180, XY stays the same. We don't flip the numbers. 270 is like 90 degrees. XY switches to YX. And finally, 360 is the original. Adjust signs and pay attention to clockwise or counterclockwise.